On top health matter, Dr. Aduragbemi Banke Thomas wey lead the OnTime Consortium Innovative wey dey collaborate with researchers, policymakers and big tech company wey dey find and provide solutions to the challenges wey women wey get belle and their people wey dey take care of them dey face. Come talk say dem wan partner with Edo state government so that dem go get the data of women wey get belle for the state. As dem don partner with Google and different bodies sake of say dem wan get better informate of women wey don get belle, as the only data wey dem get na of women wey don take in and when dem wan born, as data no dey on ground to show wetin happen before dem come hospital to born, and dat na why dem wan partner with the state government.
Our welcome and indeed the support that we have received from the state throughout our time that we've been engaging with the state government over the last year has been nothing short of 5-star, to be honest. From when we came last year to just speak to policymakers to tell them what we were trying to do, to now that we have arrived to disseminate what they've told us to do. So thank you so much for that. The on-time project, as we call it, with time meaning tackling in-transit delays for mothers in emergency, is really an innovative project that is being done between a team of researchers and Google, where we're trying to use data on travel time to really understand that in between, from when women leave communities, they leave their homes before they get to care. As you would know, sir, we know when the woman is still deciding to go to the hospital or not because they go to antenatal clinic. We know when they finally make it to the hospital because they have health workers with them. What we don't know is what happens in between. Many of our women are left on their own to make it to the hospital. So what that also means is that when government is trying to plan how to support women on where to really provide support, there's no evidence to gather on that. And so that's what we're trying to do. And we've done this, like I said, in partnership with Google, who have real-time travel data. So every time you put on your phone to come to government house, you check the travel time, well, Google has that data. So we've been able to get that. We had a team of research assistants who went to all public and private health facilities in 14 of the largest cities in Nigeria. They checked the functionality of these different facilities to provide cesarean section. So we've pulled all of that data together now and developed this innovative dashboard that can be used by government and other stakeholders to plan effectively emergency obstetric care for pregnant women in the community. And that's what we've come to show. I think I should also mention that when we came last year, we had engaged with several policymakers to ask what would they like to see in this dashboard? How would they like it to look? What would they like it to do to support their work? And all of that has been fed back now to develop this digital dashboard, which we're going to be presenting at our meeting with stakeholders.
Governor Godwin Obaseki come say in government dey open to work with private sector as dem dey help government achieve their goal, and say since their plan get to do with digital and in government na digital government, say im go work with them so that emergency response go dey between the people and health sector.
I think we're always very excited and open when to work with organizations like yours, private sector organizations, tech-driven organizations, because it helps us with just redefining the boundaries, the frontiers of service delivery to our people. We're very big on data as government, very, very big on data. And also we are big on digital, because that's the way to go. We've got to run a government based on evidence, whether it's healthcare, whether it's education. Also, the entire platform of government now rests on an e-government portal. So from that premise, we're very interested in seeing alignment. And this morning, I was going to ask Rock and say, well, look, whatever happened to our emergency response project? How does that? Are you aware that we've been talking to NCC and we now have a short code for national emergency and also local? So are we aligned in terms of so for me it's been more emergency response, and then you've now come up with this and saying, okay, how does this all fit in? How does it align? And then how else can we now make available the other products we are developing, across the spectrum? See how we can layer it on some of the work you're doing. Because what I find with government, and understanding and seeing how you can benefit from the same set of data. So nice to see how the stakeholders receive it. But you're just solving only one problem. And there are many, many problems that we would apply the solutions to. So it would be helpful to look at and sit back and say, okay, now that we've developed this, so what? Okay, how is Dr. Omar doing with his, and the commissioner, on the treatment centers? Okay, we're doing stuff now. So if we can see data and say, okay, this is where the traffic is coming from, maybe we should be looking at putting, rethinking how we want to locate our maternal centers, right? I mean, I'm spending money now, so I might have to spend money much more wisely. So my very view is like, yes, it's great. It's a relationship that started. It's one based on data to solve a problem, but I believe that it shouldn't end with this. In fact, it should just begin with it. So even if it's just healthcare we want to focus on, yeah, we have a whole myriad of things we've done that we can find alignment. I'm glad the local government commissioner is here because we've upset the existing arrangement. So we need to quickly put something in place. That's the primary healthcare system, for instance, in the past used to be with local governments. We've now moved that into another agency, and there's natural resistance from the CHOs who were acting as midwives and have converted the clinics to their own private hospitals. So we didn't have the opportunity of this data. He needs to sell more of his insurance and to get to these people who need services. It's okay, fine, you didn't know about it, you didn't have money. But after your first baby, you now realize that, okay, you need to now pay something every month as premium so that, care and subsequent babies you don't have to worry so much about because, all we need to know is the exist. And because of the data we have, we'll pick you to call. So what I'm saying in a sense is that it's a start of a relationship because you've created a platform which so much else can be built. And we'll be really keen on seeing how you can.
For her own part, Edo State Commissioner for Health, Professor Obaseki Govumet, talk say she dey happy when she hears say dem wan partner with the state government on behalf of women wey get belle, so that dem go get better data wey go help reduce the rate of pregnant women wey dey lose their life during childbirth.
When Dr. Adura Govumet came to my office with one of the obstetricians from University of Benin Teaching Hospital, and I could see two physicians, surgeons, who were very concerned about maternal mortality ratios and perinatal mortality. So that has to do with women who die from childbirth-related causes and neonates who also die as a result of poorly managed childbirth. And he explained to us what they wanted to do and how they wanted to work with us to create a dashboard that would enable policymakers determine first closest, second closest, and third closest healthcare facility with infrastructure and human resources to provide emergency obstetric care and by extension reduce mortality.
From Benin City, A. Carter Ojesele, TMC TV News.